go first. All right. I'm gonna share my screen. I sent a request to share my screen for the visual aids.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
So it's Ruby. Supplies of the beat. Cinco 31.
Okay.
Hold on, we're gonna put you in the
You ready to go?
1 second.
Okay.
No way. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to go out first, Manny, so I could get
You want me to leave the meeting?
no, just stop sharing. Just stop sharing.
Yeah, yeah, finding the button.
Okay. All right. Okay, now you can get back in.
All right, gotcha. All right. What is something that you noticed about today's most successful movies? A pattern that I see is the use of computer-generated images, also known as CGI, a form of animation. It is because of this success that I personally believe animation triumphs over live action films, specifically features that are solely animated. Animated movies are made with a lot more control and freedom than live action films, all the while applying to a wider demographic due to the essential use of visual storytelling. Animation has always been my passion, and it's also what has inspired and shaped me to the person I am today. From the cartoons I grew up watching to the animated shows and movies I still watch today. I've always preferred animation over live action because of the creative advantages, the emotional depth that comes with those advantages, and finally, how animation reaches a larger demographic. First, let's look at how creators and artists have more freedom to create an animation. The physical world has a lot of limitations. People can't fly, animals don't speak, and mermaids don't exist underwater. But all of these things can be manipulated through the use of animation. Jazz Tanke from Variety says, animation removes the physical limits that live action filmmaking can never escape, which means that if an animator can think it, they can most likely do it. On the contrary, if a filmmaker has a certain idea, like say they want to make an animal talk on screen, there is a lot more to account for than if the film was animated. Where can I find the animal I'm looking for? Does it bite? Is the animal being used ethically? These concerns don't exist in animation, which is why filmmakers should pursue it much more often. Artists are allowed to create with much more risk and imagination, which is why animation is always evolving. These risks pay off immensely, as animated movies tend to be more emotionally impactful and moving than live action films. The emotional impact that animated films have is always intentional, as so is every little detail in each frame of animation. Nothing in animation is an accident. It requires hard work to construct every little detail that contributes to the film's world or its story. Lisa Goldstein from Psychology Today says, because animated worlds are intentionally constructed, every detail supports the emotional message. This proves that animated films have a lot more depth to them than most live action films, as everything being presented to the audience is substantial. Animated films are so substantial in bringing out emotion because they're made with a lot more precision than live action films. Again, nothing in animation is a mistake.
Recording in progress. In progress. In progress.
Animators can exaggerate ideas in order to make us feel things such as joy or fear in a way that reality cannot always capture. Because of the emotional power behind animated films, they are able to be viewed and enjoyed by everyone on the planet. As mentioned in the beginning, some of today's most successful movies are made using animation, and almost all of them are either PG, rated PG or PG-13, meaning they're intended to reach a large demographic. Natalie Robehmed from Forbes says, year after year, animated films repeatedly show broader audience appeal than most live-action releases. This is because animated films have the ability to connect with a diverse array of viewers. Sorry for the small picture. There are plenty of animated movies which use things like humor and visual storytelling in order to appeal to all viewers. But one of my favorite examples is DreamWorks Shrek. The movie has many talking animals and a fantastical setting that inspires children. It also has a really good message tied in that can apply to anybody in life. And finally, it has the humor and wit to attract those who are a bit older. Now that I've gone over the creative freedom, emotional impact, and wide appeal that animation has, I'm going to finalize my thoughts as to why it is superior to live action movies. Animated movies allow creators to fully activate their imaginations in order to inspire us. They express emotion with precision and intention in order to empower us, and they appeal to a diverse demographic in order to connect us. Inspire, empower, and connect. This is what I think art should be accomplishing. As CGI continues to be used in more and more movies, I can definitely see that animation is going to constantly change and evolve. And as it evolves, so do we. And one day, I believe animation is going to be the leading forefront of creativity. Thank you.
Okay. So, first comment I'm going to make to you is that you had a total PowerPoint presentation.
Sorry?
You had a total PowerPoint
Presentation.
presentation. Gigi, please,
Yeah.
you're on the screen now. We can see you. But this other one, can you turn that off? Because we're getting the feedback from it. The one that you,
I understand.
okay. And then if you could just put your mute on, then we won't hear your feedback. If you could do that.
Yeah, but I have the.
You need to put one of them on mute. Okay,
Yeah.
Manny. So, like I said, remember I told everybody, whatever you do not do a
A
full
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint presentation, right? There's a reason why you did it.
Oh, because yeah, I just used 5 visual aids and that seemed just the most like easiest to, I guess, present and also like deliver my speech while doing. So I just used that those 5 like pictures.
Okay. All right, so I hope we don't have any more like that, do we? Did some another group do the same thing? Because I told you every semester, I stress it all semester. And when we have this come to this day, somebody does it every semester. All right. Other than that, it was very good. Um, but that part, you're gonna take a hit on that, Manny. Okay. All right. Any questions for Manny? Remember, I told you I'm gonna give you all an opportunity to get some extra points. So, do we have any questions? Manny, what's your major?
Digital film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, you say that's like one of your favorite is genres, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, do you work in any other genres?
Yeah, I mean, I like anything like, moving pictures. I like, video games. I like books too. Just anything with a story I like. So I like working on things like that, like writing especially.
So one day we're gonna see you up on the Academy Awards, right?
Yeah, y'all see my name one day.
And you're gonna remember what Professor Ugly Herring told you about your
No,
acceptance
no
speech, right?
PowerPoint presentations. I remember that one.
You remember that one, right?
Yeah.
But you also gonna remember the rules on acceptance speeches, right?
The rules of acceptance speeches. Okay.
For special occasion speeches, when you get your award and you go and accept your award, you're gonna give that speech with those rules,
Okay. You
right?
got it.
You're gonna remember me, and I'm gonna say that was my student. I trained him well. All right. Who will be next? Thank you, Manny. Who would like to go next? Gigi, we got a great shot of your ear. Are you going?
Look at me.
Are you going next?
It's silent, but I don't know what happened. It's 2 times.
Okay, so you have two things open, so that's why we're getting the feedback. So one
Mm-hmm.
of them you have to close or mute.
I'm mute, but not fun. Wait. Yeah. Now, replay.
Right.
But I
Then
don't have the PowerPoint in my telephone.
oh, okay. That's why you wanted the other one up.
Yeah, I
Okay,
in
so
front.
can you turn the volume down on your computer?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
The
we
other
could see
person.
you on
I
your
am
computer.
looking. I am looking.
Did you know we could see you on both the views? Your camera started working on your computer.
My camera is working.
It was, yeah, it was. I saw you on two. I saw two pictures of you. Let me see what it looks like now. I don't see it now.
I
All right, put your mute on your regular one so we don't hear you, and then you could keep on working on that.
in this moment I try again the for my computer. Look
Okay.
at.
All right, but put your mute on.
I
This
put.
this screen doesn't have mute on right now on your phone. There you go. Okay, who's next? Manny was group two, so we've got group 1, 3, and 4 still left. Okay, how about group 4? You ready? Is group 4 ready?
You guys ready?
Okay. A picture's worth 1,000 words, Giovanni.
Or
That's what we call the double message, where you saying,
no, I was checking. I was checking in with the group. That's all.
the look
I
on
want
your
us to all
face
be on
did
one
not
page.
match the words that came out of your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So just let me know when you're ready. This is Giovanni, Shannon, and Isra.
Okay. And then after I'll just share after I start. Okay, because I don't want to do the whole presentation and it's up the whole time. Like I kind of want to
Okay,
turn it
so
on
remember
once.
I was telling you guys that you need to have one person to do the.
Yeah, I'm going to be that person, but I don't need the slideshow for my introduction.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
So good. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to share. All right. Imagine being in school and not being able to contact your parents during an emergency, missing out on a valuable learning tool that could help you do research, stay organized, and manage your time. Cell phones. Cell phones have become a major part of our everyday lives, especially for students and families. We should be allowed to have cell phones in school because they are essential for both safety and education. First, cell phones improve student safety. Second, they improve everyday convenience and support their supports with learning and organization. Lastly, cell phones encourage responsibility.
One of the biggest reasons students should be allowed to have cell phones is safety. Emergencies can happen at any time, whether it be medical issues, transportation problems, or unexpected events at school or in the community. In these situations, having a phone can make a huge difference. Kyla Hine, in her article, Legislators Propose Cell Phone Ban, explains that many Wisconsin schools already limit phone use. But she also reports that teachers face pushback from parents who worry they won't be able to communicate with their child during an emergency. And honestly, that concern is valid. As you can see in this visual, cell phones allow students to call for help immediately and communicate with parents or guardians without delay. They also give students access to emergency alerts, which help keep them informed and aware of what's happening around them. And for families, knowing that they can reach their child if something happens gives them real peace of mind. Phones don't just provide communication, they also provide security. As I mentioned earlier, the phone ban would greatly hinder this communication that parents and students are able to have in cases of emergency. Cell phones also make everyday school life so much more convenient. Students can check their class schedules, they can set reminders, they can also keep track of assignments, all using one small device. Tools like calculators, calendars, note-taking apps, and even GPS help students stay organized and prepared throughout the day. Phones have many uses, and they make communication easier as well. Students can quickly message their teachers about assignments, or they can coordinate group work with their classmates. I'll now be showing a visual that depicts the different uses of cell phones. There are multiple uses that are commonly used by students on the daily. And in a fast-paced world, having instant access to information helps us as students stay on track, both academically and personally. Phones support responsibility. They're not just a means of entertainment for us.
As we come to the end of the speech, it is important to remember the importance of having cell phones in school. In a typical school day, students encounter situations that require communication, access to information, and the ability to stay organized. Having a cell phone in school enables us to access all these important tools and help us remain organized and keep track of our activities during the day. First, we discussed the importance of cell phones in our safety. According to Barrow and Ginsburg, 2004, emergencies are unpredictable, and whenever they happen, we time to react and reach out to relevant people is essentials. In the case of emergency, students need to have a reliable way they can pass important or ask for help as soon as possible, and cell phone offers exactly this. Next, you will see a slide how we looked at convinced cell phones offers to students when in school. Students could benefit from having tools that enable stay up and track and up to date with their schedules. Cell phones have these important tools like reminders, alarms, calendars, and search engines, which are great research tools. Lastly, we explored on how students will use cell phones to build on self-control responsibilities when students are trusted with their device in school. They can learn discipline and good judgment by knowing when to use a device or when they're not supposed to use a device. Summing up all these is clear in today's world. Having a cell phone isn't a distraction, it's a necessary tool. Allowing students to have their phones in school ensures they're safe, organized, and ready for anything that comes their way. That is the end of the presentation. Does anybody have any concerns or questions about today's presentation?
Yeah. So I think you all made a really good point about how useful phones are as a tool in school.
Thank
But
you.
do you think that they might even be too useful to the point where students could, I guess, take advantage of them, like maybe like cheating and stuff like that?
Um, Absolutely. I think that anything that you have, you can take advantage of. So it'll be up to the parents and whoever gives those kids the phones because there are phones, like I said in the PowerPoint, that there are safety. You could put codes and certain things that kids won't access to. So it all goes back to the parents, and I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Thank you. Is there any more questions or concerns for me,
And
Joanne, and
just to
Israel?
kind of like piggyback off of that, like with our main point with Wisconsin and their school district, they wanted to like ban phones and everything, which they actually did. Just to give you a little bit more background on that, they actually did try that. Um, and they didn't get a great response to it. So now they just have certain policies and procedures in place to basically say, yes, you can have your phones if you do have an emergency, but they're not allowed to be on or used during class time. So just to give you a little bit more. I didn't want to put all that into the speech. Sorry. It's an outline.
And then also there was a slide when Joanne posted for Israel and it said like all the checks, like what our phones are for. So I know there's sometimes in class like teachers will take your phone if like you're on your phone.
Yeah, and there also are whole school districts these days. Did you come across any of that in your research about school districts in America that are outlawing cell phones for students?
Yes, that's in some of our sources. We actually reached out to the
Cornell.
librarian. So we have
Oh,
sources.
Calandra.
Yes. Um, so we do have, it's kind of overwhelming though, with all the different like sources that are sent over. And there's a lot of research that can go into it. It's just trying to pick at least what three we can take from the sources and actually add it in because they're all useful and we can talk all day about it, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I remember I was telling you. You're going to get so much information that you
Hmm.
have to sort through to see what really is relevant to what you're talking about
Hmm.
specifically, as opposed to just throwing everything kitchen sink all into your speech, and it just too much for the audience to grasp. Yeah, but there are districts, school districts that are just outlawing cell phones.
Hmm.
Don't want them in school. And like Manny said, there's two sides to this issue.
Hmm.
Um, because when we look at the Uvalde, remember that situation where there was a active shooter that went into the elementary school in Texas and killed the teachers and
Hmm.
a lot of children. And for that situation, it was the kids that called on their cell phones to
Hmm.
warn the police that there was a shooter there. So even though the police response was pathetic at best to the situation, um, they did get there on time relatively quickly. It was what they did next that you know begs a lot of questions about it. But it was the kids that called to say there was an emergency at school. All right, thank you very much. Any other questions at all? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, group two. Oh, group two already went. Next up is group one, Amber,
Oh, yes.
Damir, and Kyle. I guess you never caught up with Kyle, huh?
N
He never
no.
responded to me either.
You
Oh,
can see me?
yes, we can see you.
Yes.
Put you in the speaker view.
Oh my God, I can see me. Oh, okay. I can start?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine living in a world where every street looks the same. Every sound, every city looks similar. Imagine living in a world without diversity and no traditions and no different holidays. Well, this is not just an imaginary perspective. It's a vision of what could happen if we don't preserve our culture. Culture is the foundation of our society. Over the years, it has shaped every region of the world, making us unique and giving us an identity. Culture goes far beyond, give me one second, goes far beyond our traditions, holidays, and beliefs. Every belief, every legend told by our grandparents, every meal prepared by our parents,
Every tradition is what shapes us, making us who we are today. That's why culture plays an important role in the society, contributing to our identity. When we explore more about it, we can realize that culture is not just about traditions and holidays. It's a complex system. It's a complex system that shapes who we are. According to Stuart Hall in his study Culture and Identity, he used theories to explain how cultural practices, such as traditions, dances, and holidays, and other representations shapes our sense of self. When we really think about one example could be the social media portrays influenced our understanding of different cultures and identities. This could reinforce or challenge the stereotypes of any other ethnicities around the world. But to really understand culture, we need to interpret the meaning behind it. Clifford Geertz, in his book, The Interpretation of Culture, he introduced the concept of thick descriptions, in which he emphasizes that culture is it's a system of interpretation with different meanings, considering simple traditions more complex than we really think. And by examining these holidays and symbols, we can discover deeper cultural beliefs and meanings. Think about the holidays or festivals, such as dances. When we celebrate these things, that we're not just having fun, we're keeping our identity alive. Share our culture help everyone to understand each other's better and make our world way more interesting. In summary, the culture is the unique blueprint of the world and all the societies, shaping how we think, how we talk, and how we interact with each other, influencing everything from our daily routines. And understanding this is crucial because it helps us to understand each other better and how people express themselves from a different perspective over the world. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, any questions for Amber? Comments? Thank you for your speech, Amber.
Thank you.
No questions about culture? You all have something to say about culture.
Sorry, I don't have a question, but I just really agreed with the speech, so yeah, I was persuaded. But yeah, I can't think of a question.
Okay.
Okay, one last speaker. One last speech, rather, not speaker. Come on. Is Gigi, Colin, and Kayla.
I no can solve my problem. I no find the file, but I have my presentation. I share with my partners. I don't know if my partner is here. Maybe they can share in this moment.
So
Yeah,
Colin,
I can share my screen.
okay.
Yeah, I
Hi,
got it.
Colin.
Yeah, I got it.
You have the presentation in PowerPoint too?
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Please. I don't know what happened. Or you can start it. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. I can talk the introduction. The introduction is a child entire school life can change with the right diagnostic. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, can present primarily with inattention, primary with hyperactivity and impulsivity, or as combined type. For many families, especially those with children who had ADHD with hyperactivity, as in my son's case, this condition represents a daily challenge that affect school performance, social relationships, and emotional stability in the household. You can look at the picture. Today, I want to talk about the importance of proper ADHD treatment, including the role of medication, therapy, and family support, because many families have faced this silent struggle for years. 15 years ago, in Ecuador, before my son received a formal diagnosis, he exhibited ADHD with hyperactivity, and daily routines in school were a constant struggle. This experience allowed me to understand the importance to early diagnostic, proper treatment, and constant family support. The doctor, Evelyn Brachetti, was the psychology who also served and psychological and accompanied with continue until he completed high school. Her evaluation confirmed the presence of HDH, plus the psychiatrist Jose Rodriguez Calle, who monitored his medication and clinical progress. My partner, Colin, can continue the body. Thank you,
Let's start by
Colin.
looking at the real challenges of ADHD. Many people misunderstand it, thinking children are just misbehaving or lacking discipline. But the truth is much more complicated. Without a proper diagnosis, children often miss out on school accommodations, medical support, and therapies they really need. This can affect their grades, friendships, and even their self-esteem. As you can see on the screen, some examples are academic difficulties, social challenges, emotional struggles, and dyslexia. Now that we can understand challenges children with ADHD face, let's talk about the treatments that can truly make a difference. Medication can significantly improve focus and emotional regulation. Consistent use of medication can significantly help a patient, but medication alone isn't enough. Therapy teaches essential skills like organization, impulse control, and emotional regulation. These strategies give children tools to manage their symptoms rather than just react to them. They learn how to plan their day, handle frustration, and communicate effectively. The home environment is also crucial. Structure, routine, discipline, and unconditional love all work together with medication and therapy to create stability. A supportive home can make the difference between a child simply surviving each day and truly thriving. Regular visits with doctors ensure the treatment is monitored and adjusted as needed, so children also receive the best care possible. When all those elements, medication, therapy, and family support work together, the benefits become truly remarkable. Proper ADHD treatment doesn't just help children manage symptoms, it transforms their lives, builds stronger relationships, gain confidence, and sense of independence that might have been out of reach before treatment. On a bigger level, supporting ADHD treatment benefits families and communities. Families experience less daily stress, schools see improved in student performance, and society gains individuals who are capable, productive, and confident. These outcomes show that treatment isn't just helpful, it's life changing. It allows children to reach their potential, pursue their passions, and live fulfilling lives that might not have been possible without proper care. That is why it's so important to advocate for proper ADHD care. With medication, therapy, and supportive homes, children with ADHD don't just cope, they thrive. And that is a future we should all work to support. Because every child deserves the chance to succeed and feel confident in their abilities. So that was the body. So I think Kayla has the conclusion.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Miss. I'm sorry.
Kayla, are you there? She was here.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just trying to, I can't get my computer to work. I'm on my iPad
Okay.
and I don't know what's going on here. 1 second.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen on my iPad. I'm trying to get my computer. Stop. 1 second, I'm sorry. It is not working. I can't get where my speech, where the conclusion was, I can't get it up on my computer. Maybe it's a Wi-Fi issue. Let me try. One second, I'm sorry. Yeah, Professor, I think there might be, because I'm not using Wi-Fi on my iPad. I'm using the Wi-Fi from my phone, but I think it might be a problem with my home Wi-Fi.
Okay.
That's why I was trying not to use the computer.
Well, do you basically recall what was in the conclusion? Because they got the screen up for you.
Okay, let me see. I can't remember everything, but I can try.
We'll take a try.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's really gonna annoy me. Okay. Okay. Um,
So restate your central idea.
okay. So as we said in our central idea, ADHD intervention improves academic, emotional, and long-term outcomes. Um, ADHD in all children may not be visible, but its impact is real. It can impact a child's behavior, their ability to understand certain things in school, and as said, organization skills. Every child deserves a fair chance, and they deserve to be able to understand in school and later on in life and at work. Um, Early ADHD treatment prevents unnecessary struggles like in school and at work and just everyday life. And it helps children reach their full potential. No family should face ADHD alone. So if you see any struggles or any early symptoms, you should take action early. That way they can get early treatment. I really can't remember anything else that I said.
Okay. Did Colin or Gigi want to add something?
No, I don't got nothing.
Is that the final closing remark, Gigi?
With closing remark, when you look at your son or your family not paying attention and you need come on the doctor, please. No, it's hyperactive. The hyperactive is the words more utility in every word. When the people when the children play, is hyperactive. No, it's not only this hyperactive. No, can't paying attention. This is the real problem.
Okay. Thank you, Group 4.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, take your slide down so I can change the view. Take your slides down, your presentation down. All right. So that was another one, a full PowerPoint presentation, right? And we asked you not to do full PowerPoint presentation. We need to see your face. We can't evaluate your face in that little box. It's difficult. And so I asked everybody, please do not give a full PowerPoint presentation. That was a full PowerPoint presentation. When you finish speaking about your portion of the speech, you need to take down that PowerPoint and get on camera. Okay? So, group 4, you're going to take a hit for that too. All right? Because I told you don't do that. All right. That concludes our in class portion of this class. So you still have a week of items you need to submit. Um, and the last test, some of you may have already taken it, that's fine. Please do submit all of those things because you do get credit for everything. And these are some things that's left that, I mean, it's really just between you and me, right? As well as the evaluations of your classmates. So this is something that you definitely can get some points for. Don't let it go. Submit these things, okay? It's easy. It's not a lot of effort. So please submit these things so that you could get the credit and boost up that grade. All right. So are there any questions at all? We didn't even have any questions for group 4. Did you have any questions for group 4?
Yeah, so is ADHD something that's only like prevalent, like common in children and like younger people, or do older people have that too?
Yes, the old people is continuous. They need treatment for all life or maybe for maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah, once you get diagnosed with it, you have it
It's oh.
forever. Like I don't
The
think there's any cure for that, right? Gigi, it's just you can take medications and therapies to help manage it, right?
Yes,
That's interesting.
Very interesting. Many children are misdiagnosed, right? Gigi and Colin.
many children, a lot children. No is no is simple take a pill. Is together work. The family, the professors, and the doctor too.
Yes, it's a it's a group effort to work with with
For life.
those challenges. Yeah, yeah. But many people with ADHD can go on to have very productive lives, families, and fit
I
in the
know.
world just fine. But you're right, that early diagnosis and treatment is key for most things, right? Early diagnosis and intervention treatment.
Yes.
All right. Any other questions for group 4 or any of comments at all about any of the speeches? I'd like to thank you all for participating this semester. It's been my pleasure to get you to understand that a speech is not an English paper. It has strategic rules. It is a process. Varying speeches have varying rules. You need to decide early on what is your purpose for speaking. Why are you speaking? What's the message you want to get across to your audience? And once you determine that, you go about gathering information to support the claims that you are making. And I think you all learned that this semester, that that's the approach you need to take. Now, the delivery portion of it is something that you must practice and practice and practice and practice some more. Because the more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you will become about your presentation. Understanding and knowing and having good knowledge of your subject matter goes a long way towards alleviating some of your fears and anxieties surrounding speaking. And I think, and let me just ask you, have you found that to be the case? Do you feel like when you practice more and you know what you're talking about, that you're not as nervous as if you did it? Yeah, no, yeah. And so that's
Yes, I
key.
do.
Yeah, that's key. Um, for you to do. So, do you have any other questions that you'd like answered, or do you have any comments about your experience in this class you'd like to share with us today? Anybody? No, you're just ready to go. All right, I won't keep you any longer. Have a wonderful holiday season. Of course, be safe always. Best wishes on the rest of your college career and beyond. Much success to you all. It's been a pleasure. And maybe I'll see you on campus one day. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank you,
much.
Professor.
You're
Thank
my pleasure. Goodbye.
Um,